What's up YouTube? WK Dad Team DKF. At the conclusion of this video, please check out my blog and my website hosted by my webmasters. Their links will be down below. Every couple of days I try to feature one of my webmasters videos on my channel, and so be sure when you stop by my channel you check out the latest video that's featured. Also, those guys are working really hard on my website, so be sure you're checking out the website every week. They're updating it every week and they're doing a really good job in my opinion. Be sure to stop by their pages and tell them thanks for me, and I'd really appreciate that. I'd like to know which deck list you guys like to see. I have the Psychic deck list here. In my Psychic deck, I got my Quackimiro deck. So if you guys like to see either one of those, whatever one you like to see most, comment down below. Also, I have my updated quick draw build. I don't know when I'm going to show that. Coming soon though. As a matter of fact, this weekend I will be discussing the different versions of quick draw and debris, the benefits and pros and cons of both, the difference between running the volcanic shell version, decree, standard trap lineup, etc., etc., etc. Kind of an in-depth discussion of the differences because people are asking me which is better, so I'm going to be talking about that. I have not forgotten our tutorial about the hardest matchups, the Blackwing discussion. That'll be coming up either next weekend or the weekend following. I'm just trying to let the GB matchup soak in, and then I'll be presenting the Blackwing matchup. So just stay tuned for all those videos. I have those coming, and be sure to comment things you'd like to hear about and things you'd like to see, especially in regards to which these two deck lists you'd like to see. Alright, so the video tonight is going to be My Little Pony Synchro. Shout out to PNCOLLECTOR for helping me test out the deck. I recently sent him my beta version, or I should say beta 1.0 version, a few nights ago, and he made some tests and gave me some ideas. This is the other version I was working on simultaneously. I think it's superior than the one I gave him. Hopefully he's watching this and he can do some extensive testing with this for me. And let's run down the deck list. Okay, we have Dark Arm Dragon, 2 Sorcerer, Gores, 2 Armageddon Knight, 2 Necroface, 3 Sirocco, 3 Vayu, 1 Gale, Plague Spreader, Card Trooper, Scrap Beast, Dark Desert Taper, 2 Alchemists, 2 Unicorn Familiar, 3 Raikou, 2 Sarco, 3 Unicorn Beacon, Soul Release, Allure, Charge, Giant Trinade, Burial, Dark Hole, Mind Control, Monster Reborn, and 3 Icarus Attack. Right off the top, we're only running 3 traps, Icarus Attack, and that's because we need to nuke those Solemn Warnings, Bottomlesses, etc., etc., to get things going. The spell lineup. Basically, I have these 6 cards, or actually 7, that I can use to remove Necroface. Necroface is more or less an afterthought because at first the deck primarily focused on combos with Dark Desert Taper, but Dark Desert Taper sucks balls as a card to draw. So Pete suggested Necroface. What Necroface allows me to do is to disrupt my opponent by I can Sarco Necroface, mill a bunch of their cards and my cards. Then when Sarco resolves and I add Necroface to my hand, whatever got removed, I can retrieve with Unicorn Beacon, whether it be my level 4 tuner, one of my Siroccos or my Gale. Also remember that when you normal summon Necroface, everything that's removed on both players' sides gets shuffled back into the deck, and it gets the attack increase. Sorry about the glare. So that's just a really cool thing. And another reason why we dropped the focus on Dark Desert Taper is because he misses his timing on so many things. I mean, if you could use Skull Lair or Gigantes or cards like that to remove him from play and get his effect, he'd be amazing. However, it's an optional effect, so he misses his timing. And so the only cards he really works with are these 6. And many times I don't want to burn these cards on just him or waiting to draw him. And like Pete says, when I draw it, I just want them to die. So, so many times, if say I have a scrap beast in the grave, I can Sarco Dark Desert Taper, revive my scrap beast, Synchro. If I have Sirocco remove and I have Unicorn Familiar in the grave, I can Unicorn Beacon, remove Dark Desert Taper. They both hit the field because the effect happens simultaneously, so Desert Taper doesn't miss his timing. Then I can sync up for Voltic Bicorn. He also lends to the milling of your opponent's and yours deck. But remember, while both decks are getting milled, you have the option to throw cards back into your deck at any time, so you can pretty much control what's going on, and you kind of use your deck, your grave, and your move from play as a toolbox. And that's kind of the concept that PN Collector kind of handed on to me that I should focus on. So right now, as this deck is moving more and more away from the conceptual stage, more to a tournament worthy stage, I'm starting to pick up on the toolbox aspects of every place our cards are. So that includes the inclusion of Dimensional Alchemist, further toolboxing my remove from play. A Sarco, Necroface, bunch of stuff gets removed, bunch of monsters get removed. Summon Alchemist, it dies. I can fetch whatever got removed that I needed at the time, whether it be Dark Arm or Sork or Gores or what have you. Alchemist also lets me recycle Plague Spreader. The thing about Unicorn Familiar, it's in there because it's a light beast. We don't have Fabled Cerebral yet. If we had that, I'd obviously be running that, but it's a level 2 light tuner and it's a beast. So it not only does it contribute to Chaos Sorcerer being a light, the fact that it's a beast allows me to go into Voltic Bicorn, and we're running 2. They're lights, further helping to fill Chaos Sorcerer. And also, when this card is destroyed by a card effect or a battle, both players mill the top 7. So imagine playing Sarco, moving Necroface, mill 7 or mill 5 to the remove from play. You sync for this. The Solemn Warning. The card is destroyed. It just says the card, not this card on the field, but this card. So they Solemn Warning, Bottomless, or I think the card is go to the graveyard, but they Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, Oppression, or Thunder King. This is destroyed, mill top 7. So right off the top, your opponent lost 12 cards from their deck. Well, you both lose 12, but remember, we have the option to manipulate our deck, so we basically lose nothing. Then, of course, we have to use our Blackwing Synchros because of the value engine. And Dark End has been reprinted, and we have the option to go into Dark End so many ways with Gale and Sirocco, Unicorn Familiar, and Chaos Sorcerer, Dark Desert Taper, and Necroface or Armageddon Knight. So, those make... Oh, and not to mention Plague Spreader and Sort. So, that pretty much is the deck. If you have any comments, any questions, leave them below. Remember everything else that I've said at the beginning. Thanks to my webmasters for their hard work. And this is Dub K Dad, Team DKF, and I'm out.